So welcome P6-2. So this is your HBL for Thursday, and let's continue to discuss for our section. Okay, so let's go to the screen and let's go to here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, you can see the screen, and this is your fraction, chapter 2 fraction notes. And please take out your notes, please. Okay, please have your notes with you so you can write down together with me. Okay, and you have no excuse for saying that you cannot see if I'm blocking you, and now you can see away straight away from the screen. So this is fraction chapter 2, as you know, and we have discussed throughout a few pages. We've discussed this page. Okay, let me just adjust the size when we have discussed this page, except for the last part that we haven't discussed, which is from the fraction and decimal. So let me just continue here. So fraction to decimal. So how can we convert a fraction to decimal? Okay, and usually example, I have 2/5. Okay, let me just write properly. 2/5. 2/5. So how to divide 2/5? How to make it become decimal? So you have two ways. The first way is to, example A, is to use 2 divide by 5 straight away in this way. Okay, so example for as you know that 0 cannot, 0 times 5 equal to 0, and here 2. And we put a dot here and put a dot here. Then we put 0 here and we put a 0 down here. So 4 times 5 is equal to 20. So the answer is 0.4. And of course, there's another way of doing it, which is the B way, which is just need to get like 2/5, just times 2, and become 4/10. And as you know, 4/10, because it's dividing, so we move one decimal place to the back, and it becomes 0.4. Okay, so basically, in simple words, there are two methods, which is the A method and the B method. But usually we go for B method if the denominator can be converted to become 10 or 100 or 1000. Okay. However, if not able to, then we go for the A method, which is to divide. Okay. And of course that you can use calculator straight away, but for paper 1, you are not allowed to use calculator. So you need to master the skills. Okay. So let me give you another example in this side. Okay. So for example, that if I have a number example here, 25/3. So now I want to convert this to decimal. So how can I do it? How can I do it? Okay. So can I just use straight away this A method? Yes, you may do it. Okay. And straight away you can get the answer. However, let me just introduce you that you also can times with 4 times with 4. So it will become what? 3 times 4, 12. 25 times 4 is equal to 100. And as you know, 100, there's 2 decimal points, and you can move 1, 2, and put a dot here. And the answer here should be 0.12. Okay, simple, easy. Okay, and let me introduce you another number. Example, I'm giving you a number called 125, and maybe let me just put it as 7. Okay, so now in this case, how can you solve it? You want to do the A method? You can do it also. Also in B method, you also can try to do something like this. You times with 8, you times with 8, and you should get that actually is equal to 56/1000. And since there's 3 decimal place, then you move 3 times backward. 1, 2, 3. So the answer here will be 0.056. Is it okay? Okay. The whole reason I'm bringing these two examples is that I want you to always know that 25 times 4 is equal to 100. 125 times 8 is equal to 1000. Okay, this is a very basic concept that you must know to help you to do your math easily. Okay, so this is the first part that I want to discuss, and it's done. And the second part I want to bring to you is that the decimal to fraction. So how can I convert decimal back to fraction? Okay, basically very simple. For example, if I have a number, look at here at the bottom of the screen, if you have 0.4, so how can I become fraction? Okay, so we can just move 1 decimal place to the right, and it will give you 4/10. Okay, so n become fraction. But you need to always remember that we must simplify that fraction. Okay, so when we simplify, we divide by 2, we divide by 2, and it should give you 2 over 5. Is that clear? Okay, simple and short. Okay, let me give you another example. If, example, I give you 0 0.32, 0 0.32, okay, no 0 0.32, okay, 0 0.32. And 0 0.32, how can you do it? Same concept. We move 2 times to the right, 32 over 100. Okay, because you move 2 times, you need to put 2 0 back here. Okay, and again, you need to simplify. So 32 over 100, how can you simplify? You can simplify, example, you can divide by 2 and divide by 2. You can divide by 4 straight away. Or if you divide by 4, it's 8. Yes, divide by 4 is 25. Can you still divide? Maybe no, I think. Okay. So far it's very simple, right? But if one day you face a case that, example, look at here, 1.35. Now you need to change this to become a fraction. So how can you change? Okay, again, you can actually try to do this. 1.35 actually is 1 plus 0.35, right? So you can just leave this 1 here, keep it, and you can move this one. Move this 2, become 35 over 100. Then you can simplify. Divide by 5, divide by 5, equal to 7, equal to 20. Then now you combine these two, okay? You combine these two. This one, 1, and this one, 7 over 20. And it should give you actually become 7 over 20. And that's the answer. Okay? And of course, if you want to do it in another way, you also can do this one. 1.35, you can just move straight away 2 times, and it will become what? It will become 135 over 100. And you know that to convert into improper fraction, convert into mixed number, you times 1 and become 100. 135 minus 100 give you 35 over 100. Then you simplify. Divide by 5, divide by 5 is equal to 7 over 20. Okay, which is exactly the same as this one. Okay, this is the same. So what you need to do actually just to decide which one you want to use according to that situation of the question. Okay, that is all for this fraction and decimal part. Okay, and we are done for this part. And let's continue to check on the left of the question. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, so okay, let's check the exercises. So let's just try to do some exercises here. How many 6 are there? Okay, again, the 6 they are used is SIXTHS 6. So remember that I taught you before, right? There's a situation someone is putting this, right, 10, okay, and this means what? 1 over 10. And I told you the reason that why it actually is TEN. It's not 1EN, 1N, ONE, okay? So the reason is because this is 10, that's why this is 10. And the same case here that it comes to 6, which is SIXTHS, and it's equal to 1 over 6. Okay, and the same case here, H is 6, and this is 6. Okay, so when the question asking that how many 6 are there in 5 over 6, what you need to do is you need to convert this to improper fraction. Okay, so in this case, 5 over 6, the 6 times 3, 18, 18 plus 5, 23, right? So 23 over 6. And just to make it more understandable for you, actually 23 over 6 is the same thing as what? 23 times 1 over 6. So if they are asking that how many 1 over 6 are there, then your answer for sure is that there are 23 1 over 6 for that. And the answer is 23. Okay, so far so good. But if the question, you look at question number 2, now asking for the 8. But 8, why this one is 3 1 over 4? According to Mr. Law just now saying that 8 actually is 1 over 8, right? But now it's 1 over 4. How? We just make it 1 over 8. Okay? The same way, we transfer this to become an improper fraction by 4 times 3 equal to 12. 12 plus 1 is equal to 13. So it's equal to 13 over 4. However, this is not what we want. We want is with the denominator of 8. So we times 2, and it will become 26 over 8. Okay? So in this way, you know that there's 26 1 over 8. And the answer here is 26. Okay, the answer is 26. And you remember that this is actually just a multiple choice question actually in a real exam. So you need to write all those steps actually. I'm just explaining to you that how actually it is, okay? So by the way, actually you can just 4 times 3 plus 1, you know, is 13, then you just times 2, and you know 26. Then straight away you just write 26, okay? No need to do all those steps, okay? I'm just explaining to you, okay? So let's try to look at the questions here. Okay, I believe that all of these questions are simple. If you learned just now how to convert to decimal, you should know how to do it. Okay, so let me just go to question number 9. Okay? So here it says that Stella had $M. Okay, Stella had $M. She spent 2 over 5 of it at the bookshop. She spent 2 over 5 of it in the bookshop. How much money had she left? Okay. If you spend 2 over 5, how much money does she left? Okay, you need to know a concept. Okay, example, he has $M. If you spend 2 over 5, this is spent. The leftover plus with the spend must give you a 1. Okay, 1 fraction, 1. Okay, if you spend 2 over 5, means that the money he left actually should be 3 over 5. Okay, so the answer here will be 3 over 5 of the money. Okay, so 3 over 5 M, and you can put it as a dollar sign since this is asking for dollar. Okay, when we discuss about this one, I need to bring you to one very important thing, the way of you writing something. Okay, let's come back to here. Let me just ask you, 3 over 5M, 3M over 5, and 3 over 5M. Are 3 of them the same thing? Are 3 of them the same thing? Okay. Again, I give you just 3 seconds think time. Think about it. Okay. So the answer is that 3 over M is the same as 3M over 5, but it's not the same as 3 over 5M. So why? Okay, again, 3 over 5M actually here means that 3 over 5 times M, right? And as you know, when we times together, it will go up, it will be 3M over 5. Okay, so it's okay to write your final answer as this one or this one. Okay, but you need to always remember that these two are the same thing, but it's not the same as this one. Okay, this is 3 over 5 divided by M. Okay, again I repeat, these two are the same but not the same as this one. Okay, so let's go continue to the concept. Okay, let me bring you to this very important question also. Question number 14. Okay, question number 14. So here says that Mrs. Tan, okay, Mrs. Tan had 9 kg of flour. Okay, a lot of flour. She used 1/3 of it, to bake a cake. After that, she used half kg of the flour to bake some cookies. How much flour had she left? Okay, let me just try to do it for you. Okay, so she used, example, he have 9 kg of flour, and she baked the cake using 1/3 of it. So means that I using 1/3 of the 9 kg. Okay, 1/3 of it, right? So we simplify, it should give you that actually cake use 3 kg. Okay, so far so good. And the next one, he says that she used half kg of the flour to bake some cookies. Half kg of the flour. Now, half kg of the flour means that the cookies, actually she used half kg, which is, it means that 0.5 kg. Okay. And now 9 kg minus 3 minus 0.5 kg should give you the leftover. Is that correct? Okay, because this is the total, I minus what we have used, and this is the leftover. So you know that 9 kg minus 3 kg minus half kg, and it should give you, what's the answer? 5.5, I think, 5.5 kg. And that's the answer. Hey, you might say, hey, Mr. Law, this is so easy. Why are you still asking me to do this? Huh? So easy. Okay, the reason I bring up this question actually is because that I want you to differentiate two things here. When the question here says that 1/3 of it and half kg of the flour, there's a huge difference between these two words. Okay. Okay, let me just differentiate and give you another concept. Okay, example, if there's a situation that I'm giving you this concept. Okay, wait, example, I'm giving you this one. One day, I will give you half of my money. Okay, if I say half of my money, which means that, example, if now I have $9, I will give you 4.5, $4.50, half of my money. But if I just tell you that I just give you $0.50, which means that what? Which means that I just give you 50 cents. So you need to always differentiate that. When someone say half of it, and or in the situation that half, and straight away the value or the unit, you can see here, this is telling you that half or 1/3 of it, and that it actually means that the 9 kg of flour. But in the second one here says half kg of the flour, means that it already tell you that exactly that is half kg. It's not half of the flour. It doesn't say half of the flour. Okay, so again, you need to always be mindful that one thing, there's the difference between half of it, and there's between half kg of the flour. Okay, or in the example, let me just write in this way: half of the flour, half of the flour. Let me just erase half of the flour. Okay, half of the flour and half kg of the flour. Okay, half of the flour means that the flour I have, half of it will give to you. But if I say half kg of the flour, half kg of the flour, which means that in all those lot that I have, I will take up 0.5 out and give it to you. Okay, that's a two very different keywords. Okay, half of it, half of the flour, and half kg of the flour. Is okay? So this is very important and you need to know, okay? Because later on might have some trap if you cannot understand this concept well. So let me just show you this question number 15. Jenny had some milk. I don't know how much is it, but there's some milk. She drank one over 5 liters of milk. Again, 1 over 5 liters of milk, which means that 1 over 5 liter is not talking about 1 over 5 of the milk. No. Okay, and the same thing here. Here is half liter, which means that 1 over 2 liter. Okay, so if you look at it carefully, so then after that she left 2 liters of milk left. Okay, so means that you plus this 3 and you get the one at first, and this one will be 2 plus half, 1/5 of the liter plus half of the liter. So it should give you, you can convert this to decimal, and you should get 0.2 and you should get 0.5, and it's 2.7 liter. Okay, so if you misunderstood that, you thought that this actually is 1 over 5 of the milk, then you might confuse. Okay, so again, I'm just repeating this one so you will not get confused. Okay, if you understand the concept, that's all. Okay, let's try question number 16. Okay, feel free to pause to try the question, okay, before I start explaining. Okay, So here say that the rectangle shown below is made out of 30 identical cubes. Okay, 30, 30. What fraction of the rectangle is shaded? Okay, what fraction of the rectangle is shaded? Write your answer in simplest form. Again, although the question not asking you to write in simplest form, you must write it in simplest form. Okay. So we know that the total we have 30. Okay, but how many are shaded? How do we find the shaded part? Okay, very easy. Okay, basically you just need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 here. So in total, actually, is what? 18 of cubes here, right? And if by comparing this, you can see that this half of it actually is shaded. And you know is 18 divided by 2 actually is 9. And so we can just say that actually there's 9 over 30 days shaded. That's all. Okay. And we just need to simplify. Divide by 3, 3 divided by 3 is equal to 10. So the answer here is 3 over 10. So far, so good. I think it's quite easy for you. So you may actually start trying the B, C, D, because this is what exactly that I've explained at the revision part, which is this part, okay? The F part, division. Divide proper fraction by whole number, divide whole number by proper fraction, and also divide proper fraction by proper fraction. It's exactly the same as what I've discussed here, here, and here. Okay, exactly the same, B, C, and D. So you can try a few questions, and let me just go through a few questions, okay, just to make sure that you know, okay? So example here, find the value of 3 over 5 divided by 9. 3 over 5 divided by 9. Okay, so what do you need to do? Very simple. Again, 9 means the same thing as 9 over 1. So you can see that it's 3 over 5 times 1 over 9. Again, you can simplify, divide by 3, 1, divide by 3, 3. Okay, and what you need to do is 1 times 1, 1. 5 times 3, 15. And that's all. Okay, and if you're smart enough, you can write in this way. 3 divided by 5, 3 over 5 divided by 9, and you can straight away 5 and 9 combined together become 3 over 45, and you can just simplify and 1 over 15. Okay, depends on you, depends on the speed that you can get, okay, and how you understand the question. Okay, and basically all these questions actually mean the same idea, but let me just go through one example here. Here says that 7 over 9 kg of bread is cut equally into 5 packets. So now you need to find the mass of each packet of the bread. Okay, as you know, 7 over 9, because you are cutting equally and pack, so it should be 7 over 9 divided by 5. Okay, so divide by 5. And as you know, what you can do is you can just straight away 9 times 5. You say, hey teacher, why become times suddenly? Okay, because this is divide, and we are combining with the divide, okay? Because this is divide, right? And this is divide. So we're combining the divide. That's why we can times. Okay? That's why it becomes times. So here, it becomes 7 over 45. Can you simplify? Okay. If you feel like you cannot simplify, then don't simplify. If you think that it's simplified already, then you leave it, okay? And if you think still can simplify, then you try to simplify, okay? And that's all, okay? And the next part, dividing a whole number by a proper fraction, okay? As we have discussed, and let me just try one question from here, just to let you know. 12 divided by 4 over 7, so 12 divided by 4 over 7. As you know, when this part, let me just erase this. For this part, if you want to change this division to become a multiplication, what you need to do is always switch between this 4 and this 7. 4, 7, flip. It become 7 over 4. Okay, you might, teacher, I feel like I don't want to switch this one. Can I switch this one? No. Always switch the one that at the back of that sign, which is this divide, okay? So we switch and it become 12 times 7 over 4. And as you know, we can always simplify 1, 3. And 3 times 7, it will become 21. And we are done. Easy, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Find the value of, let me just go to something that's a bit different. Okay, let's look at here. A juice dispenser contains 10 liters of juice. It dispenses 3 over 4 liters of juice to fill a glass completely. How many such glasses can the juice dispensers fill with juice completely? So basically the same idea. You have 10 liter. Now I need to fit 3 over 4 liter of juice in each cup. So how many? So basically the same idea. You need to understand that actually it is 10 divided by 3 over 4. And you know that 10 times with 4 over 3, and you know that it is 40 over 3 liter. Okay? So again, the reason that I give all those questions under the same category, although you know it's exactly the same thing, just divide, just flip, is that I want you to get to know the question style. That's mean how they will ask that question. Because in the midst, actually, it suddenly come up with this question, and you might think that, how to do it? Okay, I want you to get to know that if the question that relating to dividing a whole number by a proper fraction, how does it comes like? Okay, so let me just go through the last part for D, which is dividing a proper fraction. So this is an interesting part, but it's very nice, very easy. Okay, so divide, find 7 over 15, divide by 3 over 5. Okay, as you know, what we'll do is 7 over 15 times. Again, divide. When you become times, what you need to do is to flip over this 3 and 5. Okay, 5 over 3. Can you simplify first? Yes, you can simplify the 5 and 15. So divide by 5, 1, divide by 5, 3. So 7 times 1, 3 times 3. Okay, and some of you might ask me, hey, teacher, these 3 and these 3, can we simplify? Oh, no. Why? They are not at the different level. If they are in the same level, you cannot simplify. Okay, they are supposed to times together. Only different level, I mean the numerator and denominator. Okay, what I mean, you can times it together. Okay, so in this case, 7 times 1 equal to 7. 3 times 3 equal to 9. Okay, and let's go through the question here. Sally has 3 over 4 cups of flour. Okay, a cup, 3 over 4. She used 1 over 8 cup of the flour to make the waffle. Okay? She used 1 over 8 cup of flour. Okay? Of that flour, okay, which is the amount from there. Okay? So how many waffles can she make? Okay? So the same concept here. 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 8. And it should give you 3 over 4 times 8. Okay? Because, wait, why times 8, teacher? Because 8 over 1, right? The same thing, we just flip over. And it should give you, simplify 1, simplify 2. So it should give you 3 times 2, and it should give you 6 waffles that she can make. Okay? Simple, right? Okay. Let me just go back for a while to let you know that. Example, this question, 7 over 15 divided by 3 over 5. In exam, actually, I might give you in such a way that looks a bit harder. Example, 7 over 15 divided by 3 over 5. I might give you in this way exactly, like, wow, it looks so hard. But actually, it is exactly the same idea here. What we're doing here is exactly the same thing as what we have did here. Okay? So sometimes don't be amazed by, wow, so how hard? But it's okay. This is how we solve it. It's okay? So I believe that you have learned something. And so now what you need to do is go and check your Google Classroom for the homework that I have posted there. Okay? So thank you so much for paying attention, and thank you so much for staying and watch this video. Okay? So I will stop here, and feel free to start doing the homework that I give you. Okay? Thank you so much. So, and bye-bye.